Okay, this is a review of the PEYOU selfie ring light. I wish they probably could have named that better. It's a Chinese company and they have to figure out something, but to name it PEYOU, I don't know. Anyway, I've already taken the packing out, but here's basically what you get in the kit. There is an instruction booklet, and it gives you enough information to pretty much know what to do with the light and with the pieces that are in here. They do give you a remote that you somehow hook up to your camera, load an app, and it acts as a flash. I will never probably mess with that. Seems a little complicated to me. I just like a good old-fashioned digital camera. But anyway, to take a look at a couple of these things, there are a couple of these things that are pretty nice. Now, this is a ring. It is a just plastic ring. When I first see it, I think, ooh, we got to be careful, it's glass. But no, it's just a plastic ring. And basically, you have the controls on here. Controls are really easy, and I'll kind of demonstrate them. Also, keep in mind that it comes with a USB in to plug this in. So, like pretty much everything else, plug it into your computer to get it to go, or plug it into a just one of those little square boxes that you plug into the wall, and you should be fine. I'll demonstrate the light in just a minute. I do want to show you some of the other bits that they've got in here. There's a little short tripod. I thought this was interesting. It's enough to kind of stick a phone on. It's very light, but it's plenty good for a phone, and it collapses really very small. Now, all of the threads that they have on here are pretty much the standard thread that you'd see on any camera. This is my Sony camera here. You notice it's got a kind of a screw hole in the bottom of it. Those threads will screw onto that, and so you actually can support any kind of normal camera or camcorder that has that type of a thread on it. It's a pretty common thread. The better tripod that they have on here, they've got it in two pieces. They've got the stand, and so this kind of opens up like this, and in the bottom they've got a threaded kind of a nut, not a nut. It's got a threaded bolt that's in the bottom of here. And this right here takes the, this is the tripod itself. This top, of course, will kind of straighten up, so the threads go straight up. So once again, you can just screw this to the camera or screw it to the little bracket that they've got to hold your phone in. And this is kind of a cool little deal too. I'll get to that in just a minute. But as far as this goes, this is pretty much as wide as the tripod opens up. I tell you what, let's get this box out of the way, and we'll take a look at this tripod for real here. Now, what I like about this tripod is it's fairly small. My regular tripod for my camcorder is huge, and I always end up banging the legs, like right there. You see, I kind of hit the legs on my tripod. That kind of gets in my way. But this one has got a really small footprint, so I can fit it a little bit easier. So what you do, there are threads on the end here. You'll just kind of slide it down into here. And then once you put it in the bottom, you'll just kind of twist this to kind of thread it onto the nut. And you'll pretty much leave it like that for the entire time you're using it. Okay, so that's tightened up. That'll pretty much go there. And when you get this set where you want, if you want it to be just a little bit tighter, you can. And then just tighten the nut right here, and it will hold that steady. So that's what the tripod will do for the bottom. Now at the top, I thought might be a little bit kind of flimsy or odd, but the top is actually pretty cool. These things right here allowed you to telescope up pretty far. So this, you just flip it open and you just pull it up. And my God, there's like a foot there. I mean, there's like almost a whole foot there, and that's just on the first tab. So I can do this up again, and I can take the second one and pull it up, and I've got another foot there. And I can take this one, and I can pull it up, and we got almost another foot there. By the time you get up to the top, this is pretty thin. So, I mean, geez, we've got like 6 foot right here. So it goes up pretty tall. I wouldn't put anything especially heavy. My camera here probably would be fine on top of this, but anything heavier than a camera, I probably wouldn't suggest doing it. Now, by the way, this is aluminum. It is not plastic. Now, these clamps are plastic. So, just something to keep in mind. You just push it back and clamp it. And then, of course, at the top, you've got this thing that will turn. It won't rotate, but it'll turn. But rotation's really not a problem because you can always kind of rotate your camera or whatever at the top. But once you get it to the angle you want, you can tighten this tighten this little nut right here, and it'll keep it pretty much where you want it. So basically, to collapse it, I'll open up the next one, close it down, open up the next one, close it down. And this I'm going to use for the light for whenever I'm filming. I'll just use it to hold the light. Okay, now let's take a look at the light ring that they have here. This right here, it's really light, and it's plastic, and it feels pretty cheap. But as long as it produces the light, it really doesn't matter to me too much. Light is kind of an advantage. Along the cord, it's got this little remote that you, well, it's not really a remote. It's just a built-in switch on the cord. And basically at the top here, let's see if we can kind of scoop in on this. Here, okay, that's kind of what that looks like right there. So it says, it's in red, it's hard to read. It's got lighting, and at the bottom it's got RGB. So the lighting is the one that we're going to hit, and the plus and minus is going to be for the brightness. Now the one at the bottom I'm not even going to fool with. It's just, it's nothing you'll mess with. So if I hit it once, I'll turn it on, and it gives you kind of a cool white light. Let's see if we put it against, let's see if I'm going to, I'll put it around my camera here, and you notice it lights up the tabletop really well. So you'd basically have the halo ring go around your camera, and it kind of nicely lights up the area that you're going with. If you press the on button again, it'll turn it to a little bit more of a warmer light. So it's not quite yellow, but it's a bit of a warmer light. And if I hit it one more time, it's going to turn it more of a yellow light. Now, I don't know if my camcorder is really doing the job here, but and if you hit it one more time, then basically it'll turn it off. So my camcorder here, let's see if I can get something that you can see the difference on. Okay, now here's a couple of miniatures, and the light is set on the first setting. If I hit it again, it's a little more of a natural light, and then the next one is a little more of a yellow light. So you can see how it changes that. And then you hit it again, and it's off. So we'll hit it back one more time. That's the regular kind of setting. This is a little more of the natural light, and this is a little more of a yellow light. So it'll go between those three modes, depending on how you want to photograph it. Now, when I was showing you the miniatures, I probably should have dimmed the light, and that's another thing it does. So when I turn it on, it's pretty bright. You notice the miniatures were a little washed out. Well, there's 7 settings. In other words, I can hit down the little minus sign on this remote 7 times. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that kind of, you can see that it goes dim. Although with the my camera adjusting for the light, it's a little bit hard to see. I'll go back up to the brightest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So my camera is going to probably self-adjust to kind of make up for that. So you do have those various ones. Now the bottom one, what it does is it's a little ridiculous. What it does is it does different colors. So now I've got a red, I've got an in-between, I've got a yellow, I've got a green, I've got a full green, I've got going to blue, and now it's blue, and now it's slowly going back to purple. And then after you get through the full cycle of what these are, and by the way, you can hit the plus to brighten it up or the minus to dim it back down. It will then do some effects, like it'll go in a circle like this. And it will kind of keep going through. So there's probably about, I don't know, 30 different settings here. So that once you finally reach the end of your 30 settings, it will kind of reset back to its original. It's kind of, yeah, it goes around and it's green. Okay, now we're back to red. So I'm back to the beginning of where I started. So this is the red, and then it goes back to medium, then to yellow, and then it's closer to green, and then full green, and then on to that. So it just continues to cycle through that if you want to use it. Personally, I'll just probably use the white version of that. Now, the other thing I didn't really show you here, this is basically a phone holder. What it does is on this light right here, there's kind of a threads. And what you do is you kind of thread that in right there. And as you got this on the tripod, it will hold your phone. Now, this is kind of a bend neck thing, and it will bend down. And it's kind of cool the way this works. You can actually feel the little, what do you call it, segments that are in here. So it actually bends down. It's pretty sturdy. It will hold the weight. And you feel confident that it's actually going to hold your phone and not drop it. So your phone can be here. You can actually kind of bend it back a little bit, kind of make it go back. So your phone is in there, taking the video, and then you've got the light illuminating around. Now this is a whole different size of phones. This right here is actually spring loaded. So this one side right here will pull out. So it pulls out and grabs onto your phone. So it's a pretty good spring too. So it will hang onto your phone without dropping it. The last thing probably on here I should mention is I think this little tripod is meant to go, let's start from the beginning. We got the tripod, this little semi-tripod here. You've got this little adapter with the ball in it that you can adjust it at any angle, and then you've got this other phone holder. This other phone holder is the same way. It kind of pulls out. It's kind of spring-loaded. So what you can do is you can kind of screw that onto here, get that thing onto there, and then you can put this onto your little mini tripod that we got here. So that's the little mini tripod right there. And then what you can do is basically, if you loosen this nut, you can pretty much set your phone at a number of different angles. And there's a slot here that you can actually set it all the way straight down if you want to. But there's only one spot where it does that. So basically, that's what holds that up. Altogether, I think I got a lot for what the price of this is. The thing that I really like the most is I really like this tripod. I think this tripod was probably worth it for most of what we have here. I'll try using the light, and I have to remember to try to dim that light down a little bit so I don't get as much glare on what I'm trying to photograph. But this tripod, I think this is a great tripod. I think it works really well. Anyway, that's my review of the PEYOU ring light.
Yeah, I'm going to take a quick review with this PEYOU or PEYOU selfie ring light, 12-inch ring light, and I believe it's a 5-foot long tripod. So this is how it came. As far as packed, it has descriptions on both the back and front. I'll turn the light up a little bit more. I'll open it up here. And this is what we got going on inside. So we have light ring with a USB-A style cable right there. We have a holder. We have the tripod and the base and another piece. So I will set it up and we'll see how it works. Hey all, this is a review of the LED light that's on a stand, a tripod, the circle with camera that I've mounted in the middle. So it is 6 feet high to the top of that circle light, 5 feet for the tripod. The tripod is a bit flimsy, so if I were to go over to the tripod here and go like this, you see it's pretty wobbly. If somebody were to, grab the cable or hit the tripod, it will most likely fall over. I wouldn't be too concerned about the light stand or the light, even if they broke. That's a total of maybe 36 bucks right now. But if you had a really good phone in the middle, I would be a little bit concerned about that. So a little bit about the actual light ring. You can, right now it's just on the white. You can do different shades of the white, and you can also go to RGB as well on the remote that's on the cable. So if I want to go to different colors here, I can, and toggle through, and then you can also do multiple colors like that. Okay, so again, I would assume most would just use the white and use that to take the pictures, or the kind of the neutral white or the yellow light. But that's about it, guys. As far as the remote goes, there is a little remote here, and if you look when I hit the picture button, it actually did take a picture down here. So the remote works fine, a little remote, but it works fine, and I tried it to at least about 10 feet and still taking pictures from the camera in the middle. So for, again, $36, $37, I think that's good. I think it's $47 with a $10 coupon off. So if you need a light ring and you need it at a good height, not bad. It could be brighter, but overall, you know, for my use, I'm not a professional or anything. I usually just use it for meetings to cast the light and so forth. So I think that way it's not bad at all. So hopefully this helps you guys. Take care.
Das ist das RGB Smartphone Stativ. Hier mehrfach höhenverstellbar. Hier ist der Leuchtring und hier biegsamer Arm, in den man hier das Smartphone reinstecken kann. Hier ist die Fernbedienung. Ich habe das Ganze jetzt hier in so eine normale Powerbank reingesteckt. Wir haben 4 Knöpfe. Hier oben Licht, Plus, Minus und RGB. Schauen das Ganze mal ein mit Licht. Die Powerbank ist ausgegangen. So, jetzt das normale Licht. Ich kann auf Plus, Minus könnte das Ganze heller machen und dunkler. Mach's mal dunkler. Kommt wahrscheinlich im Video ein bisschen schlecht rüber. Könnt ihr auch wieder heller machen. Jetzt drücken wir mal auf RGB. Ja, jetzt ändern sich die Farben. Das sieht auch ziemlich cool aus. Ich glaube, das kommt im Video nicht so gut rüber, aber ist sehr, sehr bunt. Strobo-Effekt. Ja, es gibt solche wilden Farbverläufe auch. Und dann gibt es natürlich auch noch einzelne Farben. Also jetzt ist das Ganze gerade hier rot. Jetzt ist das Ganze eher gelb, orange, grünlich, blau, verschiedene Blautöne. Und dann wieder die bunten Modi. Genau, wenn ich auf Lightning drücke, dann ist das Ganze auch wieder in weiß. Und wenn ich hier die Taste lang gedrückt halte, dann geht das Ganze auch aus.
Hi everyone, I'm doing an awesome review on a 12-inch lighting setup. It's made by PEYOU. Here is the colors. The tripod is just like your camera tripod. It is just up and down. It is also your selfie stick. And this middle piece, it swivels back and forth to get the right angle that you would like. This is where your phone goes. It attaches. I do wish this was a little bit wider, because if you have an attachment to the back of your phone, or your phone case is a lot thicker, it doesn't set very tightly on it. But here is all your buttons. It goes to your whites, your warms, and off. And it also goes to different colors, which is awesome. So it is your total whole setup for any podcast or interviews or TikTok or anything you would like to use it for. Have a great day.
Also, I set it up. This is it. This is what I got. And you can actually have different lights. So here I have that color, another color, beautiful colors. This is so nice. I love it. They can go back to your previous color as well. You can make it different. See? You can reduce it. You can increase it. Yeah. I really recommend.
Right now?
You know what I mean?
Sure, we can.